Happy Fri-YAY, divas. I am so happy that you're here today. We made it to another Friday. Can you believe? Can you believe? Happy Fri-YAY. Thank you so much for being here. If you don't have a whole lot of yay in your day today, I hope that we can get there together. And I picked some big topics, so I'm just going to jump right into this because we're talking about professional jealousy. We're talking about imposter syndrome today. And as part of my coaching and my client work, we do a lot of mindset stuff. I firmly believe that you can't really get into the logistics of doing things until you uncover some of the mindset things that might be getting in the way. So if that's something that you're experiencing at this point in time, just know that I'm happy to work with you wherever you are, and we will work on both the inner work and the logistics of the things that you are trying to accomplish in your professionally creative life. So one of the things that I have dealt with, everybody has dealt with, is both professional jealousy and then also imposter syndrome, right? Professional jealousy, the way that I have come to understand professional jealousy, you see somebody else and they're doing amazing things and you're like, I want that too. I wish somebody was asking me to do those things, and they are. The thing is with professional jealousy is it is your future self calling to you. That's how I think about it. Anytime that feeling comes up, that green monster shows up in my life, I go, it's my future self reaching out to me. My future self is saying like, psst, Megan, you want this too. Go ahead and start working towards it. So my future self is saying, hey, I know that you want this and you're going to have this in your future. Start working towards this now so that you can have this experience too. So professional jealousy is not about, because anytime I've talked to somebody about professional jealousy, it's never coming from this, oh, they're such jerks, they don't deserve it, they're bad at what they do. It's like that. No, anytime this comes up, everybody's like, God, I feel awful for feeling this way. Like, why do I feel so gross? They're awesome. I want them to be doing great things. I just also want to be doing great things. And that's the key. That's the thing, is that professional jealousy shows up because it's a map. It's a map for you. It's not for anybody else. It's not that you want them to have, like, you want people, your colleagues, to have these things taken away from them or that they don't deserve it, but that it's a map for you to say, oh, I didn't realize I wanted that in the same way. I'm going to start working towards it. So professional jealousy is your future self calling out to you from afar, just saying like, hey, here's the map. Here's a map. Get on it, right? And and imposter syndrome is about recognizing that you're a work in progress. And you don't have to have it all figured out yet. And you don't have to have everything done yet. And also that every project is full of controlled failure, and you will continue to work on things. You will continue to grow. You will continue to add to the vault that is your artistic legacy. It's okay, right? Imposter syndrome is not about they're all going to figure out that I don't belong here. That's that mean voice in our head that says like, you can't hack it, you can't do it. And you have to practice being like, well, no, look at these things that I've done. This might be new to me, but I'm going to figure it out, right? So imposter syndrome tries to lie to you and say, you've never done this before. You've never been able to do anything. And so you're going to fail at this, right? Imposter syndrome is trying to lie to you, trying to get you to stay safe, not try new things, not go out on the limb, not try to prove yourself in something you haven't done before, haven't tested before. It's saying, don't practice, don't try to get better, don't take lessons, don't learn from somebody, don't grow. It's saying, just do what you're doing now because you've done a little bit of this and nobody's trying to take it away from you, right? Don't put it out there so that somebody might take this away from you. So imposter syndrome is that mean voice, and it's trying to lie to you and say, you're not able to learn, you're not able to grow. And you need to look at the work that you've done and say like, well, I mean, honestly, sorry, that's just bullshit. Like there's nothing about that that's correct. Look at all of the things you've learned. Every single month, every single year, you have learned new things, taken on new tasks, worked on bigger risk, bigger reward projects, right? This project, this thing that you're thinking about right now isn't any different. I promise you. I promise you. It's no different. So, I ran into this quote, this Ira Glass quote, many years ago in my journey, and I have to say that it's one of the things that I come back to as a little totem anytime I'm feeling this. Anytime that voice that's trying to lie to me is a little bit too loud, is a little bit demonstrative and taking over, right? So the quote, I'm going to read you the whole thing. So just buckle up for a second because we're going to go through this, which is, nobody tells this to people who are beginners. I wish someone had told me. All of us who do creative work, we get into it because we have good taste. But there's this gap. For the first couple years you make stuff, it's just not that good. It's trying to be good. It has potential, but it's not. But your taste, the thing that got you into the game, is still killer. And your taste is why your work disappoints you. A lot of people never get past this phase. They quit. Most people I know who do interesting, creative work went through years of this. We know our work doesn't have this special thing that we want it to have. We all go through this. And if you're just starting out or you are still in this phase, you got to know it's normal. And the most important thing you can do is do a lot of work. Put yourself on a deadline so that every week you'll finish one story. It's only by going through a volume of work that you will close that gap and your work will be as good as your ambitions. And it took longer to figure out how to do this than anyone I've ever met. I took longer. Ira Glass is saying he took longer, but don't we all feel like we took longer? It's going to take a while. It's normal to take a while. You just got to fight your way through. So, what I love so much about this is we got into this because we had visions of what we could create with our artistic powers, right? Your work and your taste are always, your work and your imagination, they're always in relationship to each other. And sometimes your taste, sometimes your vision, sometimes your ambitions are outpacing your ability. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. It's not a problem. It's a good thing because it makes you find the path. It makes you figure out new ways. It makes you build new systems and try new things. You grow because your taste and your goals and your ambitions are outpacing your craft. So your craft gets better. And then you come up with better taste and better goals and better ambitions, and your craft gets better. So what I'm saying to you, and what Ira Glass is saying to you, is that these feelings are not there to break you down. They're there to make you better, and they're there to show you the roadmap. That it's there. It's your future self calling out to you, saying, good things are happening to you too. Here's a map, right? And it's you saying, I have the capacity to grow. I have the capacity to dream big things and do them. Even if I have controlled failure along the way, even if I have failures along the way, because I'm still moving towards that. The dogs agree. So you can only process your professional jealousy or your imposter syndrome by doing the work. It doesn't happen any other way. You can only process it by doing the work. So make a lot of work, make a lot of mistakes, try a lot of things, dream bigger dreams so that you can push your craft, so that you can push yourself into achieving that thing. So, divas, I know professional jealousy, imposter syndrome, they feel like such ugly feelings, but they're not. They're invitations. So I hope that if you're watching this, you'll take this as an invitation today. Do that work. Put a lot more work in the world. Say, put your hand on your heart. Say, good things are happening to me too. Try it. I promise you. Good things are happening to me too. I have a map. I'm going to do a lot of work. That's it. All right, divas, stay sparkly inside and out.